Hoo hoo hoo! It's been a while since we've been seeing some of these updates, but we all know it's because Clay has been doing some work behind the scenes, but also just taking some nice needed time off for their vacations that they need every year in order to rest their little fingers, aka because they're coders and artists and all that crazy stuff. But anyways, when it comes to Don't Starve Together, we know that each year we get a roadmap, and here we are with the 2024 roadmap. I haven't looked at it yet, haven't seen anything, and as always, I keep it nice and fresh while I'm going through it here live with you on YouTube. Well, not live, but, pre-recorded, I guess. So it's technically semi-live because, I haven't looked at it yet. But anyways, let's get through it really quickly together, talk about it a smidge, and go from there. So, of course, this is the 2024 roadmap. If you remember, 2023 roadmap did mention that it would seep a little bit into the year of 2024, which it did. We know that the character skill sets are out there, and of course, we see a picture of Winona, the new things from the shadows, and then we have Maxwell and Wilson just chilling. It's roadmap time. No, this roadmap is provided to let players know what our current plans are for the year. As a studio, we constantly reevaluate and adjust as necessary, so this is not a guarantee of upcoming content, and these plans may change. We will do our best to communicate these changes if they come along, but we tried our best to see our roadmaps through the completion, meaning that sometimes things get moved around a smidge, especially depending on timing. If there's a new thing that could come on their lap, for example, something to do with a new game release or whatever they're working on, it's entirely possible that bug fixes can take a while and blah, 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 blah. That's all they're talking about. 2023 recap. For 2023, our goal was to further build up systems in the game that would allow us to add challenges for the existing players, but also make the game a bit less opaque for new players and deliver some of the common players' expectations for the multiplayer game. We added skill trees for Wilson, Willow, Wigfrid, Woody, Wolfgang, and Wormwood. We added a scrapbook to help players learn more about the world, which is a really awesome thing, and new end game content with new challenges and equipment. Pretty cool. We also had a fun crossover with Cult of Lamb, finished adding shared unlocks for all platforms, as well as our usual holiday events. We're pretty happy with the progress we've made, but we went through a few pain points along the way that we want to address with this roadmap. Okay, here we go. What's coming up? For 2024, we are going to be continuing these, but we have decided to change our update process for this year. We're going to have longer periods between updates in order to have more substantial and impactful gameplay updates. This is freaking phenomenal. This is actually really good. It's really necessary that we look at this and say why this is really good. So yeah, I mean, this is really, really big, and I'm going to explain why in a second here. I wish I could put a star here. We've been working towards this goal in the past several months, and this roadmap is where we will start the newer schedule. With our new schedule, we will be releasing 4 major updates, each containing a mix of quality of life, content, and additional character updates. In between these updates, we will be releasing new lore shorts, pretty cool, new skins, and occasional news on their own, just to keep things from being too quiet for too long. Okay. I think it's important to make more clarifications here. We have been doing frequent and regular updates since Don't Starve originally debuted on the Chrome Web Store in 2011. We believe the cadence of these updates have helped our game remain fresh and interesting, but also has helped us build strong community interest. We were pretty apprehensive about this change, as we were concerned that the time between updates could slow the community down, so we'll be watching closely and making adjustments as needed in the future. This isn't a massive change, but it's a change, and we think the result will be much more enjoyable experience for players overall, which I totally agree. It is also worth mentioning that we have not changed staffing or output at any level of production. This is really important that they're talking about this, actually. This is an adjustment purely for providing more comprehensive updates, not an effort to reduce or otherwise shift resources on these updates. This is really good that they're clarifying this and being transparent, because people could use this to jump into a whole other pool. It should be said that the less frequent updates means less updates prep, which should allow a bit more time working directly on each update. But I don't want to set expectations too high here. Don't Starve Together has become a massive game with a lot of moving parts, and it takes us a bit more time to put things together than it did in the past. The point is that you're still getting the same amount of content on this roadmap, just not as frequently. Anything else? This is going to take us a little bit of time to get into the swing of things, but also going to try to do a little bit more to communicate future updates to players while you're waiting. This may come in the way of the forum posts or streams, but you will see a bit more information as we near release, so people can see the game is being worked on. This will begin after our update in February. Okay. That's it for now. We have the Year of the Dragonfly coming up, as we already knew. Coming February 8th, and after that, we have the Quality of Life plus more update coming at the end of March. We'll share more information as we can. So, I mean, the Dragonfly thing that it released was very accurate. So good. I'm glad that our guesstimation, of course, they linked for the new thing. Okay, let's talk about why this is so good. Because obviously we have a big thing here. Now, Klei has said that they want to release updates more in not so frequently, which is really, really helpful in multiple ways, because obviously now we know that we are not going to get updates every month. We're going to get updates. It says 4 updates over the course of the year. The reason why this is a good thing, and I'm going to tell you that right now, and there's also a reason why it's a bad thing, which they already clarified. Now, the reason why it's a good thing is because it's setting expectations, saying that just like any big games, when you have updates that are not so consistent, what ends up happening is instead of getting an update that's like 100 megs, you're now going to get an update that's like 1.3 gigs. Not really that much. I'm just saying, like, in terms of size wise. So now we can look at it and say, oh, wow, we're going to be getting X amount of content. This large amount of content is going to be released. So just like you see for like games like Stardew Valley and stuff like that, when they release, well, it's different though, because those games release 1 update a year usually, or if that. And so when they do, it's like a crazy amount of stuff gets changed. So the reason why that's actually good is because when these updates come out, there's going to be an influx of things happening. So you're now going to go, wow, this update has so much behind it. Hopefully it'll kind of trickle down to where instead of when a small update comes out, like a skill tree that only really changes one thing, it's going to feel more like a Big Mac than just a cheeseburger, if that makes any sense, right? So now you have to chew through more to get to the very end of it, and you're going to have to experience a lot of stuff. So hopefully, I think their idea is that it's going to intrigue people to be like, oh, wow, look at this large amount of content that's coming out. And the reason why they're scared about this is because everyone's going to say, what's happening in between? Like, the game is basically just at a standstill. And yeah, so it's kind of like a hard thing to adjust to, because if they slow it down, people might assume that Don't Starve Together is not doing so well. And if they speed it up with the updates, people are like, well, I just did the update and I'm already bored of it. So I think that what they're doing is good. I don't know if they're still going to do the betas in between. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I would assume they wouldn't, because at this point, maybe they're like, what's the point of the betas if, like, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe they still will do the betas. I hope they do, because I like betas, but I do hope that they focus a lot on updates that are really going to take a lot to get through. So when they say like quality of life stuff and character changes, I mean, does that mean that we're only going to get 4 of those and then that's it? Like, I'm sure we'll get more things, I'm guessing. I don't know. They're not really specifying exactly what to expect. So that being said, I think that it's probably going to be a pretty good outlook going forward. I mean, I'm really interested to see what kind of updates. I hope it's things that are going to last a long time, but nonetheless, we have a pretty decent amount of stuff happening here. So I guess get ready for 2024. I mean, we're already into February now, so the next update probably will contain a drop or something, I'm guessing. And then, so I guess we'll wait and see what happens. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this 2024 roadmap. Of course, like they said, keep it kind of like on the whim, meaning that it could change at any moment. But I think it's good that they're taking a longer time with their updates. I really think these major updates instead of minor updates that they're talking about is going to hopefully make a huge impact on how long people can kind of go through these updates and take their time with it rather than just fly by them really quickly. So we will see how that goes. And maybe we'll see kind of like some extended drop times too, meaning that like drops instead of being like 2 weeks, maybe it'll be like a month or something. That could possibly be a thing. But anyways, regardless, it sounds pretty cool. I'm really interested, really hoping that we see content that like exceeds our expectations. Not necessarily that it's going to be so much content that they have to work on and all that stuff, but more so things that are going to complicate Don't Starve Together, that are those players that are like not used to it will be like, wow, this is a lot of stuff. I never thought I can like see this, and it's going to take them a long time to chew through it. What I'm saying is, like, imagine a new biome happens instead of like, Beefalo get hats, is what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. That's my big goal for 2024 is trying to manifest that. Like, Klei's going to be releasing that. Or Don't Starve Together Dungeons, which, I mean, who knows if that'll ever happen. But anyways, that's it for the 2024 roadmap. Post down below what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.